I don't ever give apologies. Now, that isn't like some false. I'm not against giving an apology. I'm just sharing with you guys that I don't. If I was to come out and say something, to come out, make a piece, tell you guys something, go to social media, go to YouTube, go to a podcast, whatever it might be, I do not then go and call that person and go, hey, I made a piece about you, and I just want to let you know I'm really sorry for doing this. And I don't ever do that, ever. And there's been twice where I've regretted having said something. And having to regret isn't the same as an apology, but it's kind of close, right? At least it's the beginning phases. So I remember being on the phone with Johnny Hendricks. Johnny Hendricks was getting ready to fight Mike Pierce. And it was just a great fight. Both of those guys, either one of those guys could have gone on and been world champion. It was a really classic battle. In fact, it ended up being a split decision. But Mike's a wrestler, I'm a wrestler, Johnny's a wrestler, and there was something in there from a wrestling fraternity standpoint that I didn't like. Something that I had done that I didn't like. Came out the wrong way, or you think about it, after the fact, something along these lines. It gets a reaction that you're not expecting, right? I'm trying to remember exactly what happened, but it's 2011, 2012. So I was on the phone with Johnny, and I told him, I said, hey, this is the first apology I've ever given, but I do want you to know this quote got away from me. All right. Fast forward to about 4 months ago. And it was a plethora of work on Cory Sandhagen. I mean, a plethora of work. Now, Cory Sandhagen might become part of this video. Cory Sandhagen is right outside this door. And I started recording this. He got pulled away. I'm hoping that he comes and joins us before we're done. I never met him. So I know Cory from a distance. I'm watching him on TV. Then he starts climbing up the ranks. Right? He becomes number 3 ranked guy in the world. He becomes a main eventer. All of a sudden, he's a main eventer that's getting knockouts of the night. Like, Cory and the world title are starting to collide. Now, whenever you're talking about a guy that's a top contender, you have to be critical because he's the guy in the spotlight. So there's a compliment to being the guy that is being critiqued. But if you are that guy, there's a nuisance with being the guy that's being critiqued. So, over the years, I just found that I had never said anything nice about him. It was a coincidence. I got a few guys that are like that. Like, you'll never find anything nice that I've ever said about Leon Edwards. You'll never find anything nice that I've ever said about Surreal Gone. You'll never find anything positive about Cory Sandhagen. Those 3 guys are studs. They're complete studs. It's just a coincidence. Like, whoever they're matched up against, or whatever the topic is that brings their name up, time and time again, which turns into weeks to months to years, they come out the B-side when it's me talking about it. And I just noticed that I had done this to Sandhagen. I literally had noticed that I'm, from a negative standpoint, critiquing him as opposed to praising so many of the wonderful things that he's done. So what do? Well, I go online and I buy a Cory Sandhagen t-shirt. And I not only buy the t-shirt, you think that's funny? Yeah?
No, I don't think it's funny. It's funny that you bought, that you're a fanboy.
That I fanboyed? All right. So I buy the shirt and then I wear the shirt. I wear it publicly. I wear it on my very YouTube channel where I have been so critical of Cory. So today, 20 minutes ago, I meet Cory the first time. And I said to him, I said, I noticed that I was a little critical about you. So I went online, I bought a t-shirt, and I wore the t-shirt, and in my mind, that kind of like squares the deal between us. And he laughs and he goes, yeah, he said, my mom told me that you had bought the shirt and that you wore the shirt. And he said, and just so you know, I do take that as a peace offering. And he goes, the only part you got wrong here, Chael, is I was never bothered in the first place. He goes, I've always felt bad for guys in your spot, meaning the commentator. Because I've always felt bad for guys in your spot that you have to go out. You have to say something. And you have to give your opinion on athletes, and you can't walk the fence. He said, I've always thought that was a tough thing to do. And he said, I got thick skin. I was never upset. I just thought it was a cool thing. All right, I can see he's not going to be able to join us for this piece. I was going to ask him to come on just to let you all know that whatever that was, I don't think that would be. I don't think you would say a hatchet buried. I don't think there was ever a hatchet. I don't think there was ever a grudge. It's more of a coincidence, and the coincidence is now over.